I'm rooting for Dez. I want to see him succeed, and Baltimore could use a possession receiver.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. He deserves a win. You rupture your Achilles. You put in all that work to come back. He deserves to go out on his sword, on his shield. Let him go out the way he wants. He deserves it.
All right, moving on. Seahawks pursuing Antonio Brown.
Kenny, you want to go first?
I'm tired of talking about this. If they sign him, it's just a cheat code. But, I don't think they're going to sign Antonio Brown to the Seahawks, even if they are pursuing him. Because, let's be honest, Russell Wilson is just... He's turning into, like Kobe. Like the Kobe Bryant of quarterbacks.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Like a Mamba mentality. Where, he's laughing at you the last drive of the game. Because, you already know what we're going to do. And you can't stop it. And there's nothing you can do about it. He's becoming that force for the community of, watch players who tore their Achilles and are coming back.
Jeez.
So, good for him. Baltimore needs an alpha receiver. They need to know what an alpha receiver looks like. And he can do that for them. So,
I'm going to say it's a turnover only because the bigger problem in Seattle is the defense. And
it's terrible.
I mean, they just signed. They brought back Michael Kendricks, who's on the practice squad again. But I know you're not going to find an AB on defense. But I mean, I don't think adding Earl Thomas hurts, bringing him back. But at the same time, if any locker room could handle it, we've seen it. We've seen Pete Carroll. He has a culture that protects players and puts them in positions to succeed. So maybe it can be Antonio Brown, especially because they were already good without him. So he doesn't have the same kind of leverage to just do whatever the fuck he wants like he would if he went to a team that was just, on the cusp. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a number of places that could use him. Probably all 30 teams in the league could really use a player like Antonio Brown, assuming he's 80% of what he was the last time we saw him.
I think they could all the teams could use a player like Antonio Brown, but they don't need a person like Antonio Brown.
That's a good fact because, for as much as he's raved for his work ethic, we all know he's also crazy.
Amongst a lot of things. Speaking of a little crazy, LSU bans Odell Beckham Jr. for 2 years and others behind his money handouts and at the national title game. Take or tangent?
Touchdown or turnover.
Or touchdown or turnover.
It's all good. Kenny?
Cool. So, haters gonna hate. And he shouldn't have got called publicly. I don't know what the hell he was thinking.
So is it a touchdown or a turnover for LSU?
I mean, I think it's a turnover because it's a dude like him led you to the national championship game. It's just unfortunate that Alabama was there. Mm-hmm. And then he comes back and actually puts money in the pockets of your athletes and you shun him. That's bogus. Because they'll take your money. They won't give back that donation, but they'll definitely take your money.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a turnover too, just because, we wouldn't be having this conversation if he hadn't gotten caught on the cameras. It would have been all fun and games. Hey, Odell, don't do that again situation. But because it was such on a grand scheme, they had to make an example of him. We don't care if you took us to a national title. We don't care your profile as an NFL player. You shouldn't be doing that. They try to make an example out of him.
What did he do exactly?
Basically, after they won the title game, he was just handing out racks of cash and making it rain and puffing cigars and he was also kind of being inappropriate with some of the reporters and stuff.
Yeah, he smacked somebody's ass.
Yeah, he smacked somebody's ass.
Yeah. He's basically just being an asshole, and that's what they could do to him.
Yeah.
Got it.
But I don't know. It still does feel kind of lame to just ban him for a couple of years. So, after 3 years, it's all good. I guess. It just feels weird.
Yeah.
2 more?
This one I really like. So, Rodney White, former Atlanta Falcon wide receiver, says if the Jets were to get the first pick, that Trevor Lawrence should stay back in school for another year. Touchdown or turnover.
That's a touchdown. I think Max Kellerman said it too. I heard him on his show today, and he was like, some Jets fan called in and was like, yeah, what do you think? Should we get Trevor Lawrence even though we have Sam Darnold? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, don't you care about Trevor Lawrence? Like, as a football fan, someone who watches football on Sundays, like, do you really want to see Trevor Lawrence, like, just waste away in New York? And the reality is, like, Sam Darnold, part of the reason why he's failed has been both injuries, both coaching. Adam Gase, why is he there? And also the regime. Why do you draft these defensive linemen only to trade them away when it comes time to pay them? Why haven't you still gotten an alpha receiver? Like, and why, when you get these guys, you're paying the wrong guys? And also, hey, yeah, stop maybe getting running backs past 28.
I mean, Robbie Anderson is having a year in Carolina.
That's what I'm saying. They're paying the wrong guys, though. But then you give, which, I mean, I met him before. I don't want to sign to him, but you give Quincy Inoue like $24 million.
That's rough.
Which he's a good dude from Mobile, but
yeah,
probably should have given that money to Robbie.
What?
Probably shouldn't have given. Probably should have gave that money to Robbie Anderson.
I was about to say, well, fam, I thought you said to rob somebody. I was like, that doesn't add up at all.
Kind of dark.
I was like, fam, I'm confused. But anyway, yeah, this whole week's just a shit show.
How did we turn on that quarterback class so fast between Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, Lamar's just
The only one that's doing anything is Lamar.
I feel like we all, like, everybody just wanted to, like, hold up their descriptions of what a quarterback should be and then judge other quarterbacks by what they aren't.
Isn't that the same class as Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Josh Allen. There you go.
Yeah.
2 of them.
It's trash and it sucks.
It's like, damn, that's fucking crazy. The 2 people that were the biggest red flags, that needed the most refinement and development, lo and behold, ended up being the best. It's wild.
I'm just amazed.
Yeah.
Just utterly shocked and amazed.
That's all.
Let's go to the last one.
Like, some stuff just has me, like, flabbergasted. I'm, like, dumbfounded.
Like, damn, the Jets are going to get to fuck up another quarterback?
Like, this is child abuse. Like, this should be a crime. Like, they shouldn't be allowed to do this. Like, draft a left tackle.
Well, even Keyshawn was like, you can't even evaluate Sam Darnold. He hasn't had any people around him. How do you evaluate him? You can't put it all on him.
He's not a bust. It's just not fair, ultimately. But, you know, Adam Gase shouldn't be allowed to run a Chuck E. Cheese pizza party, but that's another story.
Hypothetical. Sam Donaldson, Dallas Cowboys.
Sam Darnold to the Cowboys?
That's fire. That's
fire.
That's a steal, and that might be what would get Dak out of here. Because if Sam Darnold just has respectable protection, and I know from watching with USC, if he just has respectable amounts of time, he'll shred.
He can make stuff happen.
All right. Cincinnati drama. John Ross wants out, but AJ Green doesn't.
Oh my goodness! Free AJ Green.
He said he didn't want to be traded, though.
Let that man go.
Yeah, because he probably doesn't want to give up that $20 million franchise tag, to be honest.
I mean, there's that. It's like, damn, bro, just give me the fuck out of Cincinnati.
Best fit for AJ Green right now.
Raiders. Or the Packers.
I was going to say Packers.
Packers or the Raiders, definitely.
Chicago?
I don't know. With
Philadelphia?
Philadelphia just has a lot of problems.
Don't say Philadelphia. That was trash.
I mean, they need receivers. They also need offensive line.
And a defense.
The Giants?
Do you want him to get hurt again?
One of those NFC East teams has got to make a move. Like, one of them has to do something to, like,
Maybe the
at
Pats.
least be 8-8. Like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Eagles. Like, in my mind, it's going to be either the Eagles or the Cowboys.
I think they
Neither.
yeah.
I'd rather him go
It's
to the
going to
Falcons.
be one of the 4 teams.
I'd rather him go to the Falcons.
Yeah, I don't think that's going
The
to
Washington football team.
They're going through their own fire sale. There's talks about Matt Ryan and Julio both being the fuck out of there. Matt Ryan to the Cowboys?
That'd be good.
That
I don't think they pay that much money for him.
makes my brain hurt.
All right, man. So we're coming up on time. Let's get to the rants. Anybody want to go first? Table?
I love
Go ahead.
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm so confused right now. Did y'all like spike my water? Like,
Didn't you
what's
just
going
say you
on?
didn't like Aaron Rodgers?
No, that
Trust him?
was sarcasm.
Oh.
Are you guys good?
That sounds like,
got
wait,
it.
hold on. Am I
That's
high
what I
right
was
now?
like, what?
No, did you see his stupid celebration?
Oh, yeah.
From Key and Peele?
Gosh.
And then got their ass kicked afterwards.
Yeah, that's called karma, baby.
I loved it.
And
I
that's
think
my
I
rant
think
of the week.
Her Aaron
Short-
Rodgers
short-
hatred.
Loved it.
Short and to the point.
I think that that made my day more than the Bears winning that day. Was actually seeing Green Bay lose.
My dad's best friend is from Green Bay, so I grew up watching them and going for them, but I cannot support Aaron Rodgers. That's,
Ugh.
yeah.
I mean, he has the porn stash to go with it.
He just seems dirty to me, but, you know, he be playing football well, so.
He is unfortunately a great quarterback.
Eric?
Man, not much this week. I just want to shout out to my wife. Next week is our 1-year anniversary.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Whoa.
So it's been for her to our whole relationship coming up to the United States.
Fam, what the fuck? You scared the shit out of me, bro. I was not expecting
That'll
Pretty
be
Ricky
later.
right now.
I just had to play that.
This man is too handsy with the boards right now.
Right?
Startled.
Just want to say thank you for putting up with this whole immigration thing, especially on a very touchy election year, to where she has to hear all this stuff and to be going through it, and then COVID-19 and moving in with my father at the beginning of the shutdown. So just shout out to my wife. Been a difficult year, but I'm looking for many more years with you.
And now you guys have a fur baby.
Fur baby, he's getting bigger. His teeth are not as sharp, but you know he gets his last shed on Monday. So here comes the beach, here comes the dog parks, here comes getting out of the house more.
That's exciting.
Hey. All right, I'll go. I've had a weird week. Tuesday, I just reached out to a bunch of like celebrities and people from like foster children background, and just talk to my siblings and just give them some motivation and inspiration, and just show them that hey, life goes on after all this trauma. And so one of the people who got back to me was Patrick Willis, great 49ers linebacker, oldest of 8 kids, in case you didn't know, from Tennessee. Had a bunch of trauma kind of go on in high school, ended up being adopted by his coach out there. But yeah, anyways, just a good dude. Really just talked to my brother just about training, his mindset, doing right in school, pushing himself to be good and great, not just for the team, but for himself. And so thank you to Pat Willis for that. Really appreciate that. And outside of that, I also went to an online conference, #sports, which was pretty interesting. If you're not familiar with the conference, it's really kind of the convergence of sports, entertainment, and technology. So there's a bunch of different companies out there really trying to adapt to all this different COVID stuff that's going on, trying to bring the live experience home, and so that's just really fascinating, interesting to me, because whenever things do get back to normal, like, it might not be the way we remember it, and that might not necessarily be a bad thing, especially if we can really figure out the technology and how to make the home viewing